much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Tony. This is my son, Andrew. I come from Wiltshire. Andrew comes from Somerset.
Couple number two.
I'm Emma, this is Simon, and we're here from York.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Russell, this is my good friend Gail, and we're both from Nottingham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, my name is Paul, this is my friend Niall, and we're from Kilmarnock.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. We'll get to know more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so that just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a man whose knowledge and charm know many limits. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Afternoon to you.
And to you.
We got one returning pair today, but we don't have anybody on the show who's got a correct answer yet, because Russell and Gail are in the 200 club, weren't you? And nice to see that Niall is wearing a tie.
I know, I saw that.
We don't have many ties on the show, do we?
Yeah, no, I like that. Also, Paul, I noticed he's got a little handkerchief there, pocket chief.
That is nice,
A pocket
yeah.
chief, I called it.
A pocket chief.
I think I might have made that up.
Do you think if we wore ties, people might be more minded to wear ties themselves? Do you think we set a
could
bad
try it.
example?
I was trying to set a good example for you two guys.
No,
brings
we
the
can have.
profile of the show.
Well, you've certainly made us think. You have made us think.
I'm not against a tie. I'm not against a tie per se.
Yeah.
But for this show, it's quite nice not to be wearing a tie.
Well, you'd have to wear a different tie all the time.
I
Maybe
know.
There'd be big pressure, wouldn't it?
Ugh. And I'd have to start wearing novelty ties. Anyway, well, listen. I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Let's do a quiz show, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. Today's contestants, like all contestants, are looking for a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave. Find one of those and we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Dan and Nina didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to today's jackpot, so it starts off at £2,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, now, the pair with the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, and do remember there is to be no conferring during the round itself. Our first category today is the Olympics. It's the Olympics. Emma, laughing.
Sorry.
Is it? Why are you
funny.
laughing, Emma?
You'll find out in a minute.
OK, fair enough. Can you all decide on your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Team GB male Olympic gold medalists in athletics as they could. Team GB gold medalists in athletics. Richard.
Yeah, simply looking for the name of any male athlete who's won a gold medal in a track or field event all the way through from 1896 up to and including the 2012 Olympics, please. So any male athlete who's won a track or field gold from 1896 all the way through to 2012 for Team GB, or Team GB used to be called various other things, but whatever the antecedent of Team GB was as well.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Andrew and Tony, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Tony, welcome to the show. Great to have you here from Wiltshire.
Yes.
And what do you do with yourself down in Wiltshire, Tony?
Well, I am retired from the company business, or the family business. I've got 2 properties to renovate, which takes 110% of my time.
Do you enjoy that?
At times, yeah.
When it's finished, you look back on it and think, well, that was fun.
Well, I mean, in the UK, I'm project manager. We've got a little house in France, but the French artisans have sort of discovered and perfected Moniana. So it's a case of do it yourself.
Right, OK. So how good is your French?
I can parlay reasonably well when I want something, but as far as being sociable, no. Maybe
there's your problem with your Moniana workers, I think. Anyway, Tony, how about male gold medalists in athletics?
I'm going to play very cautious. I'm going to Sebastian Coe.
Sebastian Coe, says Tony. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sebastian Coe. It's right. 45. Cautious but correct, which is the main thing. 45.
That is cautious, yeah. He won 2 golds, won 4 medals in all, Seb Coe.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Simon, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. What do you do, Simon?
I work in a school. I don't teach. I'm actually an IT development manager, which means that I'm responsible for all the equipment, ICT equipment within a school.
And what do you do when you're not doing that, Simon?
Great interest in music, sort of great collection of music, like getting to see as many live bands as we can. Unfortunately, not many really make it to York, so Leeds is sort of the nearest town where we can go and sort of see a decent band.
Give me your idea of a decent band, Simon.
Moment, quite heavily into a Scottish band called Churches, but instead of a U, it's a V in the middle, so it's CHV.
Churches, yeah.
Yeah. Imagine Dragons, really enjoyed this year. Jake Bugg, people like that. So.
OK, so we're looking at Olympic gold medalists in athletics, male gold medalists.
Well, I did watch the last Olympics quite avidly. Unfortunately, all of the ones that sort of come to mind, I'm having doubts now about whether, in fact, they did win all first names.
You think you might have dreamt it? Just
quite possibly. So I'm going to play it again reasonably safe and go for Daley Thompson.
Daley Thompson. Oh, you're all going quite safe. Daley Thompson, says Simon. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Daley Thompson. It's right. Well, 45, our only score so far. Daley Thompson beats that. 36, not by too many.
Yeah, won golds in Moscow and Los Angeles in the decathlon.
Thank you, Richard. Now then, Gail, welcome back.
Thank you.
Gail, remind us what you do.
Well, I'm retired now, but I was a lecturer in nursing.
That's right, which is where you and Russell
Yes,
came across each
indeed.
other
Yeah.
and decided to come on Pointless, presumably. And remind us what you do with your retirement.
Well, I volunteer with the Citizens Advice Bureau.
Very good.
And then I spend the rest of the time enjoying myself in the gym, going to the cinema, reading, a whole range of
Now,
things.
Citizens Advice, is that something... do you get a sort of a course in that? A bit of a crash course before you...
Yes, it's a fantastically detailed course, really. It's,
So you have a pretty good grounding in all sorts of areas of civil life.
I've not been doing it that long, if you're going to ask me something difficult. But it's,
I'll speak to you afterwards. I've got a couple of issues with our neighbour, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now, Gail.
Yes.
The Olympics.
Yes.
Is this good for you?
Yes-ish.
Team
Yeah.
GB male gold medalists in athletics. Quite a lot of elements to this.
Right. I think I am going to take a risk.
Good. Thank you.
I'm going to say Don Thompson.
Don Thompson.
Yes.
Don Thompson. How do we feel about that, Russell?
Well, it's one of the things Gail said on the train on the way down. If it's Olympics, I'm good.
Excellent. OK, Don Thompson, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Very well done, Gail. I have a good feeling about this. Down it goes, looking down. Very well done indeed. Very well done. That's a pointless answer. So it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £2,250. But much more important than that, Gail, welcome to Correct Answerville. That scores you absolutely nothing. That's a superb way to play. Well done.
Yeah, well played, Gail. It's very gutsy, isn't it, to come back from getting 200 in the last show and taking a risk like that. Do you remember what he won the gold for, Gail?
I think it was a walk
Yeah, it was
in Rome in 1960.
That's exactly right. The 50K walk in 1960 in Rome. It's the only gold medal we won in Rome. Nice long walk.
Wow, yeah. Now then, Paul, welcome, sir. What do you do?
I work for the local council. I work for the Leisure and Recreation Department.
Oh, that's the fun department, isn't it?
Yes, certainly is.
That's where they all want to be. Leisure and recreation. And that's in Kilmarnock, is it?
Yeah, well, Kilmarnock and the surrounding area.
Right, you are. And what are your hobbies when you're not doing that?
I like football. I'm a huge music fan as well, so that's my two main ones.
OK, now then, Paul, how about Olympics?
Thought of a couple of ones that are a wee bit more obvious, so I'm going to take a wee risk as well. And I'm going to go for Alan Wells.
Alan Wells. Alan Wells. OK, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Alan Wells. Very well done indeed. Well, 45, our high score. Pointless, our low. You passed the high. 15. Very well done indeed, Paul.
Yeah, not a risk at all. Alan Wells, of course, one of the great Scottish gold medal winners, won the 100 metres in Moscow.
Very good. Thanks so much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Gail, well done. That lovely low pointless answer puts you at the top of the grid at this point of the game. Then up to 15 where we find Paul and Niall. Up to 36 where we find Simon and Emma. And then up to 45, Tony and Andrew. Now, I have a feeling, Andrew, your dad was hoping that you would have a really good low-scoring answer. Is his faith well placed, is what I'm saying?
Not really.
OK, well...
I'm nervous about this one.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium?
Niall, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. What do you do, Niall?
I'm a support worker with guys with disabilities. I socially support them and integrate them into the community.
What did you do before that?
I was in the Scots Guards.
Do you have any proud memories of your time in the Scots Guards?
Probably the proudest memory was when I was with right flank of the 1st Battalion Scots Guards. We'd done the Trooping of the Colour for the Queen's Birthday Parade, but then that coincided with Barack Obama's state visit to the UK, so we were his guard of honour and we get expected by Barack Obama. So it's a pretty big name drop, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Well, now then, Niall. The high scorers at the moment are Andrew and Tony on 45. That means if you can score 29 or less...
I don't think that's going to be happening, though, somehow, because I was thinking about the question and my mind started to wander, and then I was thinking female names. And I was like, oh, that's like, that'll be a good answer. And then I was like, in fact, no, it's male names we need.
Good.
So I'm going to have to go for a really obvious one, and Mo Farah.
Mo Farah says, no, oh, listen to that. I think that was half people admiring Mo Farah and half people a little bit disappointed by the answer, I think. But...
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Listen, there is your red line, Niall. Mo Farah is what you've said. If you can get below that red line, you are definitely in the next round. Let's see how many people said Mo Farah. Oh, it's not that bad, actually, Niall. Look at that. 44, not bad at all. 59, your total. I reckon that might, combined with Paul's score, might be enough to see you through.
Yeah, won the 5,000 and 10,000 metre gold at 2012, of course. First British man to win 2 athletics golds since 1920 in the same Olympics.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Russell, how well did Gail do?
Fantastic.
Well,
Absolutely.
she's done you a huge favour there.
Yes.
Now, remind us what you're still lecturing, aren't you?
Yes, I'm still lecturing. So I teach nursing, mainly resuscitation skills. So that's my particular topic that I teach.
Resuscitation right from sort of the basic.
Yes, basic
CPR.
through to what we might do in hospital. So
OK, right up to the
whole... Yeah, well, we don't do that anymore, but that's...
Don't we?
They do it on casualty and ER.
We don't do it anymore?
No, you do
that
it,
is disappointing.
I know it is. It's great television, but in real life, it's just a couple of sticky pads and push a button, and there you go.
It still happens.
It's still,
so you have to do that. Any of that?
Yeah, we don't do any of that anymore. But...
Oh, where's the drama gone?
I know, it's a shame. It's not
dear,
very exciting just going like that.
I bet it's quite exciting if you're brought back to life, actually, but still. Now, Russell, there you are. You're on nothing, courtesy of Gail's excellent answer earlier. Now, Niall and Paul are our current high scorers on 59, so 58 or less keeps you comfortably in the game. How risky or how safe do you think you're going to have to play this?
Well, I was going to go risky, but Gail, having given us a brilliant start, I don't want to do that, just in case. I had a couple of names from the past that may have been silver medalists, but we used to get very excited when we even won a silver medal in those days. So I think I'll go more recent with one I'm pretty sure of, was one of the triathletes. So I'll say Jonathan Brownlee.
Jonathan Brownlee, says Russell. There is your red line. If you get below that, you're definitely in the next round. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jonathan Brownlee. Oh, no, Russell! Bad luck. Bad luck. I'm sorry, Russell. There you are. That has scored you the maximum of 100 points. But, courtesy of Gail's answer earlier, you may still be in the game.
Sorry, Russell, that's tough luck. It's not a track and field event, the triathlon. It's an entirely different event, I'm afraid, not part of the track and field.
Right.
But you got the right name.
Oh. Now, Emma.
Hello.
Welcome. Great to have you here. What do you do, Emma?
I'm not working at the moment because my dream job is quite difficult to get.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Is it present?
Well, I'd like to be a paranormal investigator. And
Oh,
they don't
I love
advertise that
Ghostbusters as
very
well.
often, yes. I want the costume.
You want the costume?
Yes.
What sort of kit would you ideally have?
Full kit.
With the sort of
Ghost
thing?
catcher.
Yes.
Everything. Goggles.
Yeah.
Backpack. Don't cross the streams. But they don't advertise that in my local paper very often.
No, they don't. Well, they don't advertise through that medium.
No.
They aren't. They're always after jobs, Emma. They're looking for applicants.
I'm not tuned in.
Are you actively looking for work in this field? Good luck with that down the job centre.
Yeah, I know.
Emma, listen, you're on 36. Not a bad score now in light of Russell and Gail's high score of 100.
Yes.
However, it requires a correct answer from you and a score of 63 or less. Oh, yes, now there's that laugh again. That is going to haunt me as well.
It's as if you've psychically invaded my brain and seen the worst possible subject you could have
What do you mean, as if? I did.
See, I'm no good at this. I didn't know you'd done that. Jonathan Edwards. Don't even know if he got a gold. But...
Jonathan Edwards, says
Yeah.
Emma. There is your red line. Get below that. You're in round 2. How many of our 100 people said Jonathan Edwards if it's right? It is right. You are in round 2. Very well done. 12. 48 is your total, Emma. Very well done.
Well played, Emma. You won triple jump gold in 2000. Won the silver in 1996 as well.
Thanks very much. Now then, Andrew. You've been given a reprieve there, Andrew. Welcome to the show. What do you do, Andrew?
I'm one of the brothers who works for the family business that Dad
Yes,
set
your
up.
dad said the family business.
Yeah.
So Tony set up the business.
I'm the last one to join out of the 3 of us.
Right, so 3 brothers, right.
Yeah.
Do you all get on quite well? Do you all see eye to eye? Moving on.
Yeah.
What kind of business is it?
We focus around environmental engineering, so we create solutions for dust and fume problems in workplaces.
You work in air ducts?
Essentially.
That must be claustrophobic.
Yeah. I was going to say, you presumably have to make them big enough for secret agents to get through.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of call for that in the UK, but...
No. Now, Andrew, we want any Olympic athletics champion from Team GB. You have to score 54 or less.
Greg Rutherford.
Greg Rutherford, says Andrew. OK, here's your red line. If Greg Rutherford can get you below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see how many people said Greg Rutherford. It's right. You're in round 2. Very well done. 14. 14 takes your total up to 59.
Very well played. That's all you had to do. Yeah, won the long jump on Super Saturday in 2012 when Mo Farah won his medals. Let's go through some of the pointless answers. Well done if you got some of these. There's a few relay runners people might have got. Arnold Jackson won the 1500 in 1912. That would have been a tough one. Arthur Russell won the 2 miles in 1908. Chris Brasher, some people might have got, won the 3,000-metre steeplechase as a middle-distance runner in all sorts of different disciplines, Chris Brasher. Now, Jason Gardner was part of the 4x100-metre gold-winning team from 2004. You'll see a couple more of those names in a minute. John Ainsworth Davis, 4x400-metre gold medal. Ken Matthews, 20k walk. There's Mark Lewis Francis and Marlon Devonish, who also got golds in the 4x100. Darren Campbell, who was the other member of that quartet, got 1 point. Tommy Hampson, who was an 800-metre runner in 1932, he was a pointless answer. I'll take you through some of the other scores. There's a couple of Chariots of Fire answers here. 1 point for Eric Liddell and 2 points for Harold Abrahams. They would have been good answers. Lynn Davis, the Welsh long jumper, would have scored you 4. David Hemery would have scored you 4. Linford Christie, 24. And Steve Avett, 27. Because the top 3 were Mo Farah and Daley Thompson.
Thanks very much indeed. Richard, so at the end of our first round of the pair we have to say goodbye to. I'm so sorry. Oh, listen, Russell and Gail, most unfortunate, but an excellent pair, clearly. Thanks so much for playing. I'm sorry you're leaving so soon. But Russell and Gail, brilliant contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. At the end of this round, obviously, we will have to say goodbye to another pair in time for our head-to-head round. Well, hats off, Emma and Simon. Very well done. Lovely low scoring, our lowest scoring remaining pair. And Emma, the lowest score given apart from the pointless that we had from Gail.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I think someone must be looking out for you, Emma, is what I'm saying. But the other 2 pairs were tied and all your scores were close. So, yes, this is going to be a hard-fought round, I think. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is famous people. Simply famous people. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns famous Sams. Famous Sams. Richard.
I'm going to show you 6 clues on each past of famous people called Sam, Sammy, Samantha, Samuel. You just need to tell us the most obscure answer, please. It's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home, so very best of luck.
OK, so remember, we're looking for the famous people called Sam, described by each of these clues. And here is our first board of 6. Australian tennis player who won women's singles title at the 2011 US Open, directed 3 Spider-Man movies in the original Evil Dead movies, won modern pentathlon silver at London 2012. The actress played Miss Moneypenny in 4 Bond movies, played astronaut Sam Bell in the 2009 film Moon, and the Page 3 model had a hit with Touch Me, I Want Your Body. I'll read those all one last time. Australian tennis player won women's singles title at the 2011 US Open, directed 3 Spider-Man movies and the original Evil Dead movies, won modern pentathlon silver at London 2012, the actress who played Miss Moneypenny in 4 Bond movies, played astronaut Sam Bell in the 2009 film Moon, and the page 3 model had a hit with Touch Me, brackets, I Want Your Body. There we are. Now then, Tony. A whole board of Sams there. Which one do you fancy?
None of them. Spider-Man movies. Sam Menzies?
Sam Menzies, says Tony. Sam Menzies. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Bad luck, I'm sorry, Tony. An incorrect answer there, scoring you the maximum of 100 points.
Sorry, Tony. Tough luck, tough board. I'll give you the correct answer at the end of the pass.
Thanks very much. Now then, Simon.
Hello, I'm going to go for the same one. Directed 3 Spider-Man movies and the Evil Dead movies. Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi, says Simon. Sam Raimi. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Sam Raimi. It's right. Very well done, Simon. 17. Good work, Simon.
Well played, Simon. Yeah, that's a terrific answer. Also directed Oz the Great and Powerful in 2013.
Thank you. Now then, Niall. You're the last person to have this board. Do you fancy talking us through it?
I wish I could talk you through one. So, to be honest, really not got a clue. Page 3 model, is that maybe the one I would know? I don't know. Sam Hunter.
Good name. Sam Hunter. Let's see if that's right. Let's see if it's right, simply. I'm sorry. An incorrect answer there, scoring you the maximum of 100 points.
Sorry, Niall. Good news for Tony, though. It's not Sam Hunter. It's actually the exact opposite of Sam Hunter. Sam Fox. Would have scored you 50 points.
Oh.
Now, any of those you want to have a go at?
Samantha Bond.
Samantha Bond played Miss Moneypenny. Yep. So you would have scored you 20.
Samantha Murray, of course, was the pentathlete.
Samantha Murray was the modern pentathlete. She did. She came on with Pete Reed, didn't she?
Exactly.
She's very good. Would have scored you 2 points. The top one is Sam Stozer, Samantha Stozer. Yeah. She would have scored you. Don't say yeah.
No, I didn't know that
8.
I didn't know.
Yes, Sam Stozer.
Yes, I didn't know.
And the astronaut in the film Moon, the wonderful Sam Rockwell, and he would have scored you 10 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 17. Simon, once again, Emma and Simon seeming to have dominance over this game. Then we go up to 100, where we find Niall and Paul and Tony and Andrew. So, Paul and Andrew, it's going to be between you. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues on the board, 6 more Sams, and here they come. We've got the singer who had a 1980s UK hit single with Stop, the author of the article There Are Downsides to Looking This Pretty, Why Women Hate Me for Being So Beautiful, captained Europe to the Ryder Cup victory in 2002, became manager of West Ham United in 2011, the actor who stars in Avatar and Clash of the Titans, and the Emmerdale actress who plays Katie Macy. I'll read those all one last time. The singer who had a 1980s UK hit single with Stop, the author of the article There Are Downsides to Looking This Pretty, Why Women Hate Me for Being Beautiful, captained Europe to the Ryder Cup victory in 2002, became manager of West Ham United in 2011, the actor who stars in Avatar and Clash of the Titans, and the Emmerdale actress who plays Katie Macy. There we are, 6 Sams. Paul, good luck. How's this board?
I know 2 or 3 of them. 2 of them could make me sound quite masculine, and as if I'm into my sport, and I think I know the Emmerdale one. And I think that's possibly a wee bit more obscure. And it feels a wee bit more risky, so I'm going to try that, Emmerdale. And I'm going to go for Sammy Winward.
Sammy Winward. OK, no red line for you as your joint high scorers. Let's see if Sammy Winward can get you down that column. It's right. It's a great answer, Paul. Very well done indeed. 5. Wow, you've set the bar low for Andrew. Or high, see what I mean? 105 anyhow is your total.
Well played, Paul. Great tactics. You had to put pressure on Andrew, and you've just done exactly that. Well played.
Thanks very much indeed. And also assured us of your masculinity.
Well...
You know... Now then, Emma.
Yes.
Emma, how's this board?
It's OK, because I'm old enough to have bought the top single there.
Brilliant.
So I'm quite happy that I'm old. I'm going to play the hit single with Stop, Sam Brown.
Sam Brown, says Emma. Here is your red line. That means 87 or less will see you through. Let's see if Sam Brown gets you below that red line. It's right, and you're through. Very well done. 13. Takes your total up to 30.
Well played, Emma. Yeah, good scoring on that middle podium. Number 4 hit from 1989.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Andrew, good luck.
Thank you.
4 or less. That's all you have to score. 4 or less. Do you want to talk us through that board?
I can't do the second one down, regrettably. Captain Europe to Ryder Cup victory in 2002. I'm pretty sure it's Sam Torrance. Became manager of West Ham United in 2011. Sam Allardyce. And actor who stars in Avatar and The Clash of Titans, Sam Worthington. But I think they're all going to be high. But I'll go with Sam Torrance as Captain Europe to the Ryder Cup.
Sam Torrance. OK, now, there is your red line. Yeah. Well, still, you might do it. Let's see. Sam Torrance, is it right? How many people said it, if it is? It is right. It's still going. Oh, 18. 18. Good effort, Andrew. 118, your total.
Yeah, he took us through the board really nicely there, Andrew, but Paul had done his job, I think, because it's only that second down that would have won it for you, because you knew Sam Allardyce, but he would have scored you too many points. He would have scored you 36 points. Sam Worthington, you're right as well, would have been a better answer, actually, but wouldn't have done what it needed, because it would have scored you 11. But the second one down, the author, do you know that one?
Sam Stone. Sam...
Oh, nearly. Samantha Brick.
Samantha Brick, it's exactly right, yes, that's it, yeah.
And that would have scored you 3
Samantha
points.
Brick. There we go. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our second round, I'm afraid the pair heading home with their high score of 118, it's Andrew and Tony. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You nearly did it. Well, listen, it all bodes very well for next time. You've performed very well, acquitted yourselves well, but that was just an unfortunate board. That first board was tough. We'll look forward to seeing you next time, and I'm sure you'll do even better. But Andrew and Tony, meanwhile, thanks very much for playing.
Thank you.
But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Emma and Simon. Niall and Paul, you're one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,250. Now, we have to decide who's going to go through to the final and play for that money, and to do that, you're now going to go head-to-head. But this time, you're allowed to confer before you give your answers. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well done, both pairs. Emma and Simon, particularly, haven't put a foot wrong. It's been very impressive, low scorers throughout. Niall and Paul, Sam Hunter was your only misstep there, Niall, and quite an imaginative, inventive one, I thought. And Paul, Sam Winwood. Brilliant. Very well done.
Thank you.
Good tactical play there. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns portraits in the National Portrait Gallery. Portraits in the National Portrait Gallery.
We're going to show you 5 portraits now that all hang in the National Portrait Gallery. Can you tell us who they are portraits of, please?
Thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 portraits, and here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. 5 portraits there. Now then, Emma and Simon, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first. I don't know any.
A is Oliver Cromwell. Okay. I think B is WC. We're going to go for A in the hopes that that is Oliver Cromwell.
Oliver Cromwell, you're going to say for A. Oliver Cromwell. Now, Niall and Paul, do you fancy talking us through the board and having a punt at each of those?
One, I'm sure E's Kelly Holmes.
Aye.
D, possibly Elizabeth I.
Is C somebody for Last of the Summer Wine? Is that looks like? Kind of does that? Is something for there?
But I think we're going to go for B. I'm definitely not sure, but might be W.G. Grace.
W.G. Grace, you're going to say, for B, W.G. Grace. So we have Oliver Cromwell, we have W.G. Grace. Emma and Simon said Oliver Cromwell. Let's see how many people said that, if it's right. It's right. 43. 43 for Oliver Cromwell. Now then, Niall and Paul, you've said W.G. Grace for B. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said W.G. Grace. It's right. It's got to beat 43, which it does. 26. Very well done. You've nicked it. Niall and Paul, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Two good answers there, though. Now, the last one that is Kelly Holmes. It's a portrait by Craig Wiley. He does the hyper-realistic or photorealistic paintings. Would have scored you 41. D is Elizabeth I. It's the biggest scorer up there, though. It's known as the Darnley portrait. Would have scored you 66. And C, she's not from the Last of the Summer Wine. She's from a little bit before that. It's
Beatrix Potter.
Beatrix Potter, yep. Would have scored you 5 points. Very well done if you said that at home. Best answer up there.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, so here comes your second question. Emma and Simon, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so best of luck. It concerns TV puppets. TV puppets, Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 clues now to puppets or shows they appeared in. Can you give us the most obscure answer to these?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 TV puppets, and here they are. The type of animal named Gordon appeared on Going Live with Philip Schofield. Name of tortoise, who was friends with Bill and Ben. The American entertainer who created Lamb Chop. The name of the pink hippo that featured on the children's TV show Rainbow. And the favourite food of the badger from Bodger and Badger. I'll read those all one last time. The type of animal named Gordon appeared on Going Live with Philip Schofield. The name of the tortoise, who was friends with Bill and Ben. The American entertainer who created Lamb Chop. The name of the pink hippo that featured on the children's TV show Rainbow. And the favourite food of Badger from Bodger and Badger. Now, Niall and Paul, you get to go first this time.
We are going to go for the favourite food of Badger from Bodger and Badger. And mashed potato.
It's mashed potatoes. OK, mashed potatoes say Niall and Paul.
I couldn't know that. I couldn't resist.
Emma and Simon, will you take us to the board and please do impressions as where possible?
So I think Gordon appeared on Going Live as Gordon T. Gopher. I don't know the tortoise. I don't know anything about Lamb Chop, apart from I quite like them. And the name of the pink hippo, of course. So it's between Gopher and George. OK, my learned colleague here says George.
You're going to say George for the pink hippo?
Yes.
George the pink hippo. So we have mashed potato and we have George. Now, Niall and Paul said mashed potato. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. It's right. Look at that, down it goes. Brilliant answer, 20. Well done. Mashed potato. Now, Emma and Simon have said George, the name of the pink hippo on Rainbow. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said George. It is right. 44. Which means, Niall and Paul, very well done to you. After only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Very well played, Niall and Paul. I feel we slightly missed out on Bodger and Badger. Started in 1989, ran for 10 years, and just so loved by a generation who sadly are much younger than us. But a properly good show, was it, Bodger and Badger?
Oh, fantastic. Really high end.
He spent a lot of time in air ducts as well. I can remember.
Yeah, did he?
And Bodger and Badger, he did.
George is a better answer than Gordon the Gopher. Gordon the Gopher's got a big score. It's more our generation. Would have scored you 76 points. The tortoise who was friends with Bill and Ben was Slow Coach. Would have scored you 6. And the American entertainer was Shari Lewis and would have scored you 15. So 6 points, the best answer up there.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our head-to-head round, the pair leaving us, I'm afraid, Emma and Simon, played so well throughout the show. Really consistent low scoring. Then we threw categories at you that I'm afraid didn't land quite so well for you. Nothing wrong with your answers, perfectly good, but Niall and Paul just pipped you in each case. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time. Emma and Simon, thanks so much for playing. Emma and Simon.
Thank you.
But for Niall and Paul, it's now time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, Niall and Paul. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £2,250. Well, you've done really well. Really good, solid answering. Now, normally, of course, we get to see you again for another show, which obviously we won't do, which is a real shame. How did you know each other?
Through a mutual, his cousin is my best friend, Stephen, and we, just for young guys,
Just became
friends.
There's a wee age gap between us, so when you're younger, it seems like more. When I was 10, he was 6.
Yeah.
But now we're obviously a wee bit older than that.
Well, very best of luck. Let's see if you can win it. As always, you get to choose your category for this last round, and here are your 4 options. They are important figures during Elizabeth II's reign, literary fiction, the Caribbean, musical biopics.
Easily for me, musical biopics. Right, let's go easily by miles. We'll go for musical biopics.
OK, musical biopics it is. Richard.
OK, good luck, gents. You've been brilliant so far. Here's your 3 options. We're looking for any tracks from the original soundtrack recording of Ray, any tracks from the original soundtrack recording of The Doors, or any tracks from the original soundtrack recording of the Johnny Cash biopic Walk the Line. So any of the original tracks from Ray, The Doors, or Walk the Line.
OK, thanks very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Now, remember, the answers you provide can come from any of these categories. It's entirely up to you how you spread them across the categories. It could be 1 from Ray, 1 from Walk the Line, 1 from The Doors, or it could be 3 from Ray. It's entirely up to you how you spread them across. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
I don't know if Ray.
The Doors and Johnny Cash.
Right, I think a big Johnny Cash song.
A Boy Named Sue.
To Elvis. Jackson. You got married in a suit. Jackson.
Is that what it's called, Jackson?
Well, I don't know if it's called
Right,
Jackson.
well, The Doors, LA Women.
Right, I'm not a big Doors fan. You can
LA Women, Light My Fire. LA Women, what are the Doors ones?
I think Walk the Line.
I know loads of Johnny Cash songs, but I can't think of the names.
Big River. There's one called Big River.
Is there?
Cry for you, Big River.
Folsom Prison Blues, Two Obvious. Oh, we'll definitely go with LA Women.
Definitely.
LA Women.
Jackson.
And Light My Fire. Is that a bit obvious?
10 seconds left.
A bit obvious, isn't it?
We'll just need
Big River. That's
right. Go for it.
I don't know if that was in the film, but it's
right.
obscure.
Go for it.
OK, sounds like you've got your... It's going to coast in to the end of your minute. What are your 3 answers going to be?
OK, LA Women by The Doors.
OK, LA Woman from The Doors.
And Jackson.
Jackson.
Tracks from Walk the Line, and Big River from Walk the Line.
And Big River from Walk the Line. Now, of those 3, which do you reckon is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I'd say our best shot at a pointless answer maybe Jackson.
OK, Jackson we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
LA Women, that was the first one.
LA Woman, we'll pop that up first then. OK, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got LA Woman, Big River, and Jackson. Well, first off, very, very best of luck. 3 good answers there on the board. Only one of those has to be pointless, remember, for you to win that jackpot of £2,250. Niall, what would you do with your split of that?
I was planning on going on a road trip with my other friend Paul, in March. It will coincide with my 25th birthday and when there's going to be some spring break happening, so we'd hopefully culminate in Long Beach, going down for the Grand Canyon through to Long Beach and party there for a while.
Good stuff. Now, how about you, Paul?
I would probably treat my girlfriend. That's what I would do with the money. Maybe something specific. I'm thinking about treating her, but I don't want to say too much.
OK. Yeah, best of luck with that, Paul. OK, so in the first instance, we were looking for tracks from The Doors, and you have submitted L.A. Woman. Now, this was your least confident answer. You thought probably the least likely to be pointless. Let's find out, though. It has to be right, obviously, then it has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. For £2,250, how many people said LA Woman? It's right. The next thing it has to be, of course, is pointless, and if it is, then you leave here immediately with £2,250. Down it goes through the teens, still going down. Single figure still going down. 4. Not bad at all. Now, that's a very well-known Doors track. 4 people remembered it. I think that's heartening. Anyway, it's not pointless. 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Your second answer, this time from the film Walk the Line. You have said Big River. It has to be correct and it has to be pointless. Let's find out for £2,250. How many people said Big River? No. OK, an incorrect answer. We now move on to your third and final answer, the one you thought was probably your best shot at a pointless answer. Again, this comes from the original soundtrack of Walk the Line, or at least you hope it does. And the song you've put forward is Jackson. It has to be right, then it has to be pointless. So for £2,250, let's find out how many people said Jackson. It's right. OK, your first answer was LA Woman. That took us down to 4. Your second answer, Big River, was incorrect. Your third answer, Jackson, absolutely right, now taking us down 6. Oh, bad luck. I'm really sorry. 3 perfectly good answers there, 2 of them correct. 2 great scores. Unfortunately, though, not a pointless answer among them, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £2,250, which will roll over onto the next show. But we've really enjoyed having you on the show, and you performed so well right across the show, so very, very well done to you. And you do get to take home a pointless trophy each as well, so well done.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure to have you on. It's a shame you're not coming back next time. We'd love to have you back. Big River, Johnny Cash did record it, but it's not from the soundtrack of I Walk the Line, I'm afraid. Let's take a look at all the pointless answers. 3 very different artists here. Tracks from Ray, Hallelujah, I Love Her So. It's a pointless answer, Let the Good Times Roll. Unchain My Heart. You could also have had Nighttime is the Right Time. All of those are pointless. Let's take a look at the Doors. All of these were original recordings by the Doors that are on the soundtrack. Love Street, Roadhouse Blues, The Severed Garden, brackets Adagio, and When the Music's Over. You could also have had Stoned Immaculate for that. And Johnny Cash, hopefully none of these ring too much of a bell. Joaquin Phoenix did Cry, Cry, Cry and Get Rhythm. I'm a Long Way From Home by Shooter Jennings, who played his own father, Waylon Jennings, in that film. And Jukebox Blues of Reese Witherspoon. Very well done if you said any of those at home, and tough luck in the studio. Well played, guys.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Niall and Paul, but we've loved having you on the show. You've done so well. And thanks so much for playing. Niall and Paul, everyone. Well, sadly, Niall and Paul didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £3,250. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.